Right to this, a new poll shows 70% of voters do not think President Biden should seek re-election. And by the way, that includes 51% of Democrats. They don't want him. Rachel Campos-Duffy with us this morning. Rachel, he's set to announce his campaign tomorrow. Where's the enthusiasm?
There's none. But, you brought up his mental decline. We can't avoid it. It's absolutely there. But it relates to his policies because he's doubled down on radical policies. So I've always asked, who is running, the Biden administration? Because clearly, Joe Biden's not up to the task. We've heard about his schedule, his naps, his trips to his beach home, the very few press conferences that he takes. So we know that he's not running it. And the more his mental decline starts to or continues to diminish, the more these radicals are taking over, his policies. And we see him doubling down on things that are very obviously hurting America, both economically and in terms of national security. Why would you want to destroy America's energy independence? It's bad for national security. It's making Americans poorer. Why would you continue to cozy up to people in Latin America, to presidents and administrations in Latin America that are leftists and turning to China? China is the greatest trade partner for Latin America. Why aren't you supporting and propping up and helping to create more business for, administrations or parties in Latin America that support America instead of China?
Why can't we ask questions about this? As you pointed out, he doesn't hold many news conferences,
That's right.
And he's announcing for re-election on videotape. So you can't get at him with questions. He's on videotape. I think this is more of the basement strategy.
Absolutely. And we have to look at all kinds of people. Look, I think this is Obama's third term. I also think we ought to be honest. I'm so sick of lying about things. This is also the cruelty of Jill Biden. I said this. I was a political spouse. I would never do. I just saw Joe Biden when I was on the weekend show. They played an interview that he had just done this week. And I could barely understand him. He was mumbling. He was struggling. He put on shades because I think he can't even read the teleprompter right.
But Rachel,
he doesn't look up to the task.
Exactly.
And why did his wife put him out there?
Does he not put the country in danger? He doesn't appear to be up to the task, not lurking in the wings. But the second in command is Kamala Harris. Something happens to Joe Biden in the next 18 months before the election, and we've got President Harris. And I'm not sure how the country reacts to that.
We may have President Harris whether Joe Biden makes it through this election or not. I think that Kamala Harris holds a very strong card, and that is that if they pass up a black, woman for another white guy, Gavin Newsom, or whoever else they want to put up, in front, I think they're going to have a lot of black women voters who are very important to that ticket stay home. And so I think there's problems with Kamala Harris whether Biden makes it through this term or not. The other thing I think that is you talked a little bit about is in your intro is the corruption. How do you explain Biden's policies other than that he is potentially compromised? And we're seeing now, this intel letter with, the 50 intel people who signed that letter, who interfered with our election, by the way, this laptop, all the financial documents that Comer is coming up with, all the intricate financial things that they did to try and cover it up, and how expansive it is. It isn't just Hunter, Jim, and Joe. We're hearing that the, widow and granddaughters and nieces were all involved. This was a crime family, and they are compromised to our greatest enemy, China.
I agree with you. All of this is coming out just as he announces for re-election with Kamala Harris. Right. We're out of time, unfortunately, Rachel, but I know we'll see you again soon. Thanks very much. I'll see you soon.